Hello. I almost waved at the phone. Like, you can see me. You can't. So, some good news. If I was doing retroactive titles, which I'm not, and so therefore I'm not going to change it. But if I was, I would change yesterday to I'm upset and I don't want to talk about it. Because, well, I don't want to jinx it by saying I've shaken it, but I'm in a much better mood tonight. Um, Mainly because I managed to solve a problem before going to sleep. So that was nice. I did bumble around a bit in mehness today, I think is a good way to describe it. Very indecisive about what I wanted to do. I started with playing Genshin until that got to a point which basically I'm kind of remembering why I stopped to begin with at this point, and I'm in this weird limbo where I need to level my characters to get further, but I can't do the world grinding things to do that. Like, I keep getting demolished by the optional enemies I need to fight to upgrade my characters, so that's not fun, to say the least. Then I ditched about what I wanted to play next. Started Final Fantasy VII Remake again, finished the opening chapter, and just kinda quit. Almost restarted Persona 5 Royal, but just before I was about to do so, I got called away. And by the time, like, me and Mom took off the trash, and in the 5 minutes that took, I would somehow put off the idea of replaying that right now. Sure, whatever, brain. So then I started a new Emerald Colony, which I'm actually enjoying. And then, I've been doing Mistplay on my phone for a few weeks now. If you don't know, it's one of those play games to earn points to exchange for real money apps. Which I was skeptical on, but it turns out it was legit. It's just like, it takes forever to get anything done, forever to earn the points, and then like 48 hours to redeem them, which isn't the worst thing ever, but you know, if you're trying to catch a sale, you're kind of up the creek. That said, I picked up. There was a games for under 20 sale on PSN, and I found a Wipeout collection that I didn't know existed, which has like 3 different Wipeout games in it. One of which is Wipeout Fury, which I'm pretty sure is the one I had on PS3, and I really enjoyed playing that. Especially some of the endless modes. There's one where basically you race around the track, getting faster and faster until you destroy your machine from hitting walls and stuff. So as long as you can stay off the walls, you can theoretically go forever. And another that I don't remember well enough to really explain, but it was basically you do laps around a track shooting mines or balloons or something. I think it was mines, and trying not to hit them to rack up scores. And I remember playing that one a lot. I really liked the visuals of it and all. And then there's a Wipeout game on the Vita that I played a lot, and it might be in there. I don't know, but like, if you don't know, Wipeout's basically until Nintendo proves me wrong, and they could. They've managed to do so. Well, they hopefully are managing to do so with Metroid. But until further notice, it's probably the next best thing to F-Zero we're gonna get. High-speed, futuristic racing. Which ironically has been going on about as long as F-Zero. I'm fairly sure the first game was on PS1. Probably just, well, yeah, a little shy of F-Zero, because the first F-Zero was on Super Nintendo, but I don't know enough about like when it came out on the Super Nintendo, because it had a decent little, Super Nintendo had a decent run. Because like Link to the Past, I think, was one of its earlier ones. Don't quote me on any of this. I could be very wrong, but I'm 90% sure Link to the Past came out the year I was born, 91, and I am just as sure, if not more certain, that Super Metroid came out in 94. And the first one I remember because 2 years ago or so, I sat down and finished Link to the Past for the first time. And, during that, discovered that it came out the same year I was born, in 91. And I can almost perfectly picture the Super Metroid title screen. And I am so certain that I can see, the copyright Nintendo 1994. Or however it was phrased, with 1994 on the bottom. I'm so excited for Metroid Dread. Just a little over a month to go, because August is winding down, and I believe it comes out October 10th, or maybe the 4th. I feel like there's a 4 in there somewhere, maybe 14, but it's fairly early in August. By the way, I'm really excited. I'm avoiding as much information as I can. I want to go into that completely blind. Because, like, there's a lot of, I keep seeing headlines about different, like, story trailers and stuff dropping. But I want to see if it can pull off what all of the other good Metroids to me did, which is, you drop into the world knowing either absolutely nothing or just the basics of you are Samus. Go kick ass. I hope it's good, and I hope it sells like no tomorrow. And it probably will, considering, you know, I want to say the Switch, like, something like doubled its install base last year, thanks to lockdown and the release of Animal Crossing Horizons coinciding in a lot of places. Like, a lot of people just finally decided to get a Switch. So, I'm super excited to play the game myself, and I'm cautiously optimistic that it's going to do really good. I was very pleasantly surprised how well the Mass Effect Trilogy remaster sold, because it apparently sold really, really well. Well enough that I'm a lot less concerned EA's gonna kill BioWare before their next game comes out. And hopefully we'll get Dragon Age getting a similar treatment. I'd love for them to go back and clean up Origins, especially. Mostly visually, but, hopefully, clean up the combat some as well. Even if they make just what they have feel a bit more fluid, you know? Because conceptually it can be done. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles more or less does the same sort of thing. Auto-attacking automatically based on if you're in range, and the differences lie in the details where even that, no, not necessarily, because I was going to say where Chronicles relies more heavily on setting up and knocking down chains, but no, Dragon Age does plenty of BioWare games in general do a lot of prime ability detonatability or prime ability exploit. Prime ability inflicts a status, and like I want to say in Dragon Age, like you freeze an enemy, the next physical talent like warrior talent can do a lot of damage or something like that. Anyway, back on track. So the point, I got very, very sidetracked talking about Wipeout. The point I was making is I started downloading it, and that immediately tanked my connection as far as being able to watch YouTube and stuff. So I started searching for a way to do screen mirroring to my smart TV, because it's a Samsung TV. I have a Samsung phone. You'd think we'd be golden. You would be wrong. Because even if it did work, they would have to be on the same Wi-Fi. And I think it's really stupid that if the phone is the Wi-Fi, the phone doesn't count as hooked up to that Wi-Fi. Like, surely that's very easily spoofable. Like, so what I'm saying is, I use mobile hotspot, and a phone can't use its own hotspot to do local area connection, which is kind of dumb to me. So I started looking up USB options, and I tried a couple of different things that just refused to work, and I was beating my head against the wall and wondering if it was the off-brand cables I was using, all of this, and then finally I remembered, oh yeah, because I'd done something similar like this in the past. Granted, then I was doing it wirelessly, but you know, still I was doing it. Point being, like I was saying, it finally hit me. Dude, you wiped your computer a few weeks ago. Go look for a driver. I was like, yep, that did it. And that was the thing that I, like now I've got it casting, it looks good, there's no audio lag, which you get a lot of when using Bluetooth or wireless connections like that. Like, it is not noticeable to the naked eye, and the only time it was noticeable is it doesn't just, unlike connecting to like a Bluetooth stereo or something, it doesn't turn off the phone's native audio, if that makes sense. So it plays out of both at once, and in that sense I noticed a slight difference. But once I turned down the volume on the phone, just had it coming out of the screen, there was none, or it was basically the same minuscule difference that the video was, which, like I said, I'm just using this for watching YouTube while playing specifically RimWorld, because these two little things are very, very, very lightweight on RAM and CPU usage, where browsers, just like any browser, is not. Plus, the only throttling we get is on hotspots. Our phone data is entirely unlimited, zero throttling. So this way, I can just bypass all of that garbage immediately and not have to worry about throttling anymore. Just, sure, it doesn't quite fill up the whole screen. I'll get over it. Anyhow, I've gone on nearly 20 minutes. I'm gonna go to bed now. I'll catch you all tomorrow.